Hello, happy New Year. Um, I wish everyone a happy, prosperous New Year. We here, right? We made it for sure. So, being that today, we in a new year, 2024. I cannot believe that 2023 just zoomed by. I welcome each and every one of you. When you come in, share the program, invite friends, also bring in your constructive contribution. Yes. So today, we're going to start out positive. We're going to talk about um, healthy relationships, maintaining healthy relationships. Most of us know. For the ones who wants to learn and wants to grow and change and have peace of mind, we're going to focus on the healthy aspect of relationships, or you know partnership, whichever you want to call it. Okay, so what are some of the things that we can do as couples to maintain a healthy relationship? Honesty, right? We know healthy relationship involves honesty, having effective communication, trusting one another, being loyal to one another, having mutual respect. So we're gonna focus on these pillars, right? There are so many other aspects, but I cannot go through all of it today. So we're going to talk about honesty, mutual respect, effective communication, loyalty, and trust. Let's see if we can chunk all of that within a short period of time. Now, like when you go into relationship, right? And being able to build these coping skills into the foundation of your relationship, it will take a lot of effort, and also learning to compromise with one another, because it's not going to be every time the two of you going to agree on everything that one says, or conversation that you guys will have. So it would take both partners, the man and the woman, to make the effort and compromise at times, right? Sometimes you have to meet in the middle. Other times one needs to go the extra miles and meet their partner in on their end, or you choosing to meet your partner on the other end. You just brainstorm, put ideas together, and work together, because as long as the two of you are on the same page, when there is understanding between the two of you, sometimes the two of you can even communicate with eye contact without even saying a word, or opening your mouth. um, at times when you go out to an event, and or like doing a gathering, or you go to church, you go to other places other than being home, around other people, being in the crowd. And sometimes, if you are more observant, because when you go into relationship, it's so very important to learn body language, facial expression, body postures, like how a person sits, like sometimes people sit and then they slouch, a little bit. Other times, people with more confidence, they sit with chest out, not all the way like this, with chest out, like just sit up straight. Obapa Juliana, your boy, Afishiapa. So I will mix in today English and Chi, but on Fridays I mostly speak English. Whichever one is like flow more. Um, I'll lean to that side. So, like, when you go to other places, sometimes, you look around and you observe different personality, right? Different attitude without even you having to speak to a person. But don't make mistakes, like, don't just try to judge people based on what you observe. Sometimes a person might be feeling tired and they may have a certain facial expression. So, like, get to know people, interact with people, because going out on to an event or on a date or whatsoever, like, when you go to an event, you tend to, like, interact with other people, you socialize with other people. And at times, you may have couples who will go into a group together and their body language does not seem synchronized. They tend to, like, kind of like face away from each other. They're not having any body contact. They're not touching each other's arm or holding each other's hands. I mean, let's face it, when it comes to most Ghanaians, our men, majority of them are not, romantic, touchy people, right? Emotional, connected, and all that. And some of them will be like, that's not. You have to be tough. Times are changing, so we need to change along with it. But in order for us to maintain a healthy relationship, we need to be honest. When people start lying in their relationships, it means that they know that they're doing something wrong. Because the only time someone start lying is that when they know they're doing wrong. So they have to keep lying, to maintain whatever whatever uh level or standards that they have to maintain. So the more you lie, the harder it becomes, because it gets to a point that you will run out of lies and then you will forget what you said a day before or earlier today. So being honest is, like, very important. Just speak the truth. Speak your truth. Even things that are difficult, you need to be able to let your partner have better understanding of you. um Honesty is something that a lot of men and women, both gender, struggles with, because many times, most of them feels like, by speaking the truth, they may end up losing someone that they truly have feelings for, or someone that they depending on, so they cannot give the whole truth, nothing but, and they're not gonna find out. Trust me. When you lie, as whatever you do in life, good or bad, lies or no lies, things will come out. Your partner will find out at some point, because someone you closer to, either being a family member or a friend, who will build a relationship with your partner, one of those days, they might get to go to an event or, like, do a gathering. And we do know, I know some of you have some friends or some family members, when they drink alcohol, their lips are very loose, right? They just start singing like a bird. So whatever it is that they know of you, or they know about you, that they know your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend does not know, it's gonna come out. And once it comes out, what happens? It create a whole certain condition, another problem that you have to deal with. So the best way to build a healthy relationship, one of the pillars, is to be honest with yourself and with your partner. Speak nothing back. things that you are uncomfortable with, then maybe you can practice how best to uh, have that discussion, or like inform your partner about it, because relationship is about the two of you learning each other, getting to know each other, and also building trust between you. So when you start with honesty, that's part of the trust, right? You tell each other the what is up, your likes, your dislike, things that um is your bottom line, right? You see something, you say something, but you're not gonna say it in a nasty way. You have to be respectful. That's like at times, a lot of coping skills that we build into our relationship, they connect, right? When you having a conversation, productive conversation or constructive conversation with your partner, you have to do it in a respectable manner. You cannot start screaming, yelling, or like assuming things, right? If there is something said that you don't really have better understanding, you can ask questions. Whatever do you mean when you said X, Y, and Z? You ask questions and then have your partner explain to you what they mean. Answer to life ministry. Hmm, that is interesting. Welcome. Um, so learning to compromise and making a lot of effort from both sides, from the men and the women. Our men, our Ghanaian men, please, we need you guys to stop talking. It's a woman's job to take care of the man, this and this. No, no. It's both our job to take care of ourselves and each other. Because in order for a man to take care of his women, he needs to be able to take care of himself. He needs to be in a good place. The same with women. To take care of your man, you need to be in good place. If you are not mentally and emotionally stable, you will not be able to take care of yourself and your partner. So that we need to get that out there. There is no imbalance of power. You know, we trust each other. We lean on each other. So like we balance it out, right? We balance it. Somebody will say, okay, if there is no imbalance of power, so why do Ghanaian men has to be the one who always have to be the breadwinner and take care of their family? Well, men are the head of the house, right? We do have some relationship that you have the men, some women support their men. They help them financially. Some will pay half and half, some will support half and half, others will do 40, 60, some 30, 70, 20, 80, 90, 10, and others is 100% on the men. We do have some Ghanaian men who are in abroad working 2, 3 jobs. For me, I don't support such lifestyle, because our man needs to be able to take care of themselves, have some type of relief somewhere, as couples, especially if the relationship, the two of you are committed into the relationship and you plan to get married within um 3 years into 5 years time. That is awesome. So like you kind of like um set expectation for yourself and figure out when the two of you will tie the knot, right? And if you guys are not going to, if you are the man and within 5 years you don't see yourself being married to the partner that you with, right? I think the best possible way is to be honest with that person and let your partner know you're not planning to get married within 5 years. It might be more than 5 years. So have her decide if she still wants to stay with you, but don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. And because the tonga is good, she's on point with everything, so you just want to enjoy that. And then after 5 years, it's like on there's no certainty as to where the relationship is going. Brother Stephen, I'm welcome. So we need a bar or bema or honum. I mean, a man not to say be mu edumano edume too much. A say almost yamre no more de jo ma home. A oda moody no more to each other no say be a or bema no why a say within 3 to 5 years no mobɛtae wobɛware ɔbaa no ma nteaseɛ no ɛwɔ hɔnom. Ɛneɛ deɛ ɛyɛ sɛ moyɛ no mmienu bɛtumi adi ho nkɔmmɔ na sɛ moaboaboa mo ho na moaware. But te sɛ bi a mɛfa no sɛ wo bɛrima no wonnim wɔ w'akoma mu ne wo tiri mu sɛ within 5 years no ɛnyɛ adeɛ a wobɛware ɔbɛɛyɛ a wo ne no ɛtwe a ma wɔbaa n'aso nte from mfitiaseɛ ma ne hu wo plan, to say ebi a say ni nti no me nya nware sese ba me nkɔtena ho sɛ tonga na ɛda ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ wobɛtena ho saa no watu mu de nyinaa daabi. Di nokorɛ no ma n'aso nte ma ne nya awɛ. Obi wɔ hɔ ɔbɛka sɛ sɛ meka nokorɛ no a ebi a no agyaa me. Maybe you guys are not meant to be. Bi wɔ hɔnom a ɔbaa ne ɔbɛrima bi tumi kɔhyia na ɔmo pɛ ɔmo ho. They are physically attractive to each other. Edie mu kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo pɛ ɔmo ho because of edie nko a. So because of sex. Obi nso wɔ hɔnom a they emotionally connected, and yet because of the physical activity aspect, they just love being around each other, spending time together. That's why we do have some couples, they might be together 2-3 years, they haven't had any sexual intercourse because, they have a certain belief that before they can have sexual intercourse, they need to be married first. You do have some men who are willing to wait, and then we do have some women who will not give until you put a ring on their finger. So it's like they cannot be forced to have any type of sexual interaction or have any type of bond prior to getting married. Nti no to say bɛrima bi wɔ hɔ nom a ɔbɛpere so sɛ bi a okay to say wompɛ sɛ wobɛhave sex ɛkɔpem time a yɛbɛware a ɔbɛgrante ɛno ama wo. Ɛnso no na ebi a ɔwɔ side chick bi hyɛ nkyɛn a agya ɔde pepa n'anum kakra. Sɛ ndeɛ wonye okay wosi dɛn. What do you for? Okay, or the people n'anum kakra. So like sometimes as the woman, when you find out now, I mean, you will feel that you've been lied to because you think, say, the both of you are being honest. Moody no krena, no krena moody no. Even though I just say one funny home can copy time I'm worry, but reality no or ni obi foforo ehyehyɛ akyire. Sometimes no kura mpo timi bɛma no nso kura mpo no sɛ bi a mmarima no ɔmo yɛ saa no ɔmo kɔfa obi wɔ nkyɛn ɔbɛka sɛ okay wo si yɛntimi nna ami yɛbɛtumi asɔ yɛn nsa yɛbɛfe yano ayɛ biribiara but sɛ under canoe hɔ no mo deɛ is out. Because to say nye mmarima nyinaa na afe ɔma because obi wɔ hɔ nom a mofe mano a when you kiss someone they are able to get aroused, right? Where do you want him to go put his eggplant? right? So sometimes, and then we do also have those who will be, there will be no touching because they do not want to provoke or tempt the partner, because the less touching, the better they feel safe with their partner and other things. So it's like, maintaining a healthy relationship, that's why it requires a lot of effort and compromising, because you have to make sure that the both of you are happy. Each partner respect the other's independency. We do have some relationship that you always have the masculine person in the relationship trying to dominate the feminine person, right? Because they have to be in control. Most Ghanaians will bring their trump card. I'm the head of the house. God damn it! Just stop using that word. Being the head of the house does not mean that your partner needs to lay down for you to walk all over them. You have to respect your partner as well. Being the head of the house, of course, your wife, your girlfriend, and if you have a child between the two of you, because sometimes, when you dating someone, or someone is courting you, some of you will have sex and have children before you get married. So if there's a child involved, making sure that you think, you put your head together how best to, raise your child, and decision making when it comes to making decisions. For some of us, when you think about doing something, like if you have a partner and you love that person, the best possible way to maintain a healthy relationship is to think about how your decision is going to affect that person, if it's going to be a positive or a negative way. So if it's a negative way, then you have to rethink about your decision making. It has to benefit the both of you. But if you feel like, you just dating this person, you in the relationship with this person because of their money, property, material things, or not about love, it has nothing to do with love, you just having fun, or just make sure that you let that person know, and the person can make their own plans. Some people will be in a relationship based on friends with benefit. They're not committed to each other. So, which means if someone comes along, they should be able to get with that person without the other person being mad or jealous. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. If one ends up falling deeply or madly in love with the other, it becomes a love triangle, which is sometimes it ends in tragedy. Other times, there are so many craziness that happen. So being in a relationship with someone, a healthy one, the two of you can make your own decision without fear of retaliation from your partner. And most times you tend to share, uh, you tend to share decisions, right? You talk about it. Also, part of maintaining healthy relationship also involve reflection and learning. You have to reflect and learn from one another. Things that you don't know, you can learn from your partner. Things I don't know, or your partner does not know, can learn from you. We cannot be like competing against each other. That's not a healthy relationship, right? Why do you feel the need to compete with your partner instead of supporting your partner, pushing your partner, encouraging your partner to move forward? competition is, something that we have a healthy one and unhealthy one. If it has to be education, okay, you want to continue your education because your girlfriend or your boyfriend, has higher education, and you want to cut up with your partner, that's quite great. It's healthy. But in terms of like, um, like competing because of money, this and that, it creates a lot of problems, issues, between the two of you. uh it is too much. You put too much on you. uh let like just learn from one another. The things that you don't know, you learn. The things that you know, you hold on to it. Oba apa nana araba. Yamawa Fishiapa. Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Today we're talking about healthy relationship. I'm just realizing I did not even put that up. Just give me 1 second. I didn't put that up. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Healthy relationships. Okay. Let me just put it here quick. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So let go of your egos. Okay, trying to control your partner. It's not going to work out no matter what you do. Hi, Sister Ajua. Afishapo, afinkometu yen. Afisese ni ye businesses ni ye books ayatro nyina ni nyina beye very successful. And na ye tutu kwan ye di business ye koba and chale ye ntena faako. Ye travel all over the world. We are in good health. Ye nyame sumo nso emu ayɛ zen. Ọdọnụ isi ya edi n'isa akwọsa n'ihe benyi ya che. Ewo Yesu din mu. Amen. Thank you, sis. Oh, right, that's healthy relationship. Okay. Relationships. Yeah. In life issues. Ntumi sɛ woba na wo nso wowɔ nimdeɛ ɛwɔ nneɛma a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ. Adɛn health man spelling yɛ anaa? Yes, I forgot the T. Okay. Nti wo nso woba na wowɔ nimdeɛ ɛwɔ how to maintain healthy relationship a mesrɛ wo drop wo comments. Why? Because yɛn nyinaa yɛsua adeɛ. Nti no saa na ɛyɛ yɛkyerɛ adeɛ sua adeɛ ɛno na ɛboa ɛwɔ yɛ abrabɔ mu, because adesua deɛ ɛyɛ learning is good for us. The only time we stop learning is when we no longer in this world. Oh, amen. Oh, amen. Yes. To say like we have to let go of controlling. Mostly the male tends to want to control the female. I don't understand. Being in a relationship, we need to give each other some space for our mean time, right? Like, there's no reason for a boyfriend or for a girlfriend or for a man or for a woman to keep texting their partner, calling their partner to find out where they at, what they doing 24/7. That's impossible, and that's just sick and narcissistic behavior. You have to give your partner space, because when you do have those phone calls coming through like constantly, the text messages, even when you having conversation, there is so many unnecessary ridiculous questions after questions that you feel like suffocated. You shouldn't have to be in such relationship. That's not a healthy relationship. It means that there's no trust, there's no respect, right? That's not effective communication. No, effective communication needs to be constructive. right? It's not things being forced upon you. You know, being honest, because as long as you're being honest with your partner, there's no need for you to check on your partner, you know. And also some people, they will have their friends, you know, people in their partner's neighborhood to keep an eye out who came to visit her or him. Like, you got to be crazy out of your mind. uh-uh. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you're not ready to be in a relationship, right? So start with the honesty, you know, start trusting yourself and each other. But shine your eyes when it comes to the trust aspect, you know, shine your eyes. Don't be vulnerable. I mean, we all have some type of vulnerability, you know, in certain areas. So work in that area to make sure that you strengthen yourself, because at times some of our strongholds, which are our weaknesses, we can build it up to make it our strength, right? And having greater strength does not mean that that can also become your weakness, because you know, when you do too much of certain things and tr- um put yourself in a situation, other people can use that against you. Open communication and active listening goes together. A lot of times people don't realize, like, when you having a conversation with your better half or your partner, conver- having conversation is not just about you. It's not only you who needs to be heard, right? And listened to. You have to recognize that your partner is equally as important as you. So when it comes to like having a productive conversation or a dialogue, you need to be able to use your ears and listen, and don't do not interrupt. If your partner is speaking in a way that you don't have better understanding about what they're talking about, uh, or where they're going with that, even if you disagree, you know, some people have short-term memory. Some people can, they can engage in conversation and recall everything that was said. So if you are one of those people, you know, you can get a notepad, you know, or a notebook, whatsoever, and then, or on your phone, you know, you have the note section. You can just start writing things down. Let your partner know, listen, just because I'm not looking at you, it doesn't mean I'm not listening. I'm just writing some things that you saying down, so to give me more understanding, so your partner does not feel disrespected. Because some people, some partners will assume and think that because, you know, you're writing, you're not listening, right? For me, I tend to like write down certain keywords that stands out. So once my partner is done talking, you know, I will reflect the things that they said, and then, you know, I will summarize everything. Okay, so you said this and this and that and this. Is there anything I left out, or would you like to add something else to it before I can, you know, also share my part, or like how I understand from everything that you said, and what I will also would like for you to be aware of things that I would like to see happening, you know, I like doing with you and doing on my own and everything. So uh, we will have better understanding of each other, right? It's crucially important, you know, to maintain a healthy, respectful, um, you know, trustworthy relationship with open communication, and, you know, maintain loyalty. you have to set clear boundaries. You need to set boundaries. Your likes, dislikes, your bottom line is very important. The things that you are dear to you, your partner needs to know. And the things that does not mean anything to you, you let them know. And what will make you walk away without any forgiveness. I mean, it's good to forgive. However, you do have some partners, both genders, they will do things and say things that they know that's your bottom line. And then they want you to forgive them. Dude, yo, didn't you already know this? It's like some of them will do things just to test you if you will truly walk away. That's how, like, sometimes, I feel like some people, they develop or learn certain poor characteristic and they expect you to fix them. You know right from wrong as an adult. As children, they need to learn certain things that needs to be taught to them. But being an adult and you still cannot function properly or use your emotional intelligence, things like, there are some things that we say and do that we know is a no-no, but some of us are going to do it anyway because we get away with it. Some partners, they set expectation, but they cannot follow through with it. They are inconsistent. Consistency is very important with every aspect of expectation that you set in your relationship. The foundation you build in the beginning of your healthy relationship is the one that you're going to have to build everything on. And if you need to add more pillar on, as time goes now, you do that. You have to start somewhere to get somewhere. Some people have 5 pillars when they start a new relationship, right? What is yours? um so some people will have honesty, loyalty, trust, effective communication, boundaries, right? Other people will have being supportive, respect, faithfulness, effective communication, compromising. It depends on what each and every one of us, which is dear to each one, each person. So the two of you needs to bring it on the table and have clear understanding where you each stand. And the man needs to respect your expectations, and you need to respect your man's expectation. And once understanding is working, the two of you are good. Sister Sage Williams, Obapa Yemawo Akwaba Afishiapo Afishiapa. Sister Sage is greeting all of the beautiful people on the platform. And Mwa Jodo. Thank you, sis. Obapa Nanaba says healthy relationship. Hey, Nana ba mesremo to say like me tree no I say me question answer dear and openness. Okay. Oh God, healthy relationship dear and openness, clarity and boundaries, especially with third parties. Ooh wee. That's right. That's right. I salute says, hey, when the third party come in, yeah, yeah. The openness, clarity, boundaries, they all come to play. Because if you're not careful and a third party comes in there and the two of you do not have this three, eh? Before you know it, the relationship will collapse. It will collapse completely. because of lack of openness, lack of clarity, and lack of boundaries. So having openness, clarity, and boundaries with third party is like an excellent, oh, incredible advice to maintain a healthy relationship. Because when the third party comes in, whatever they say to your man or your woman, the two of you have that understanding, right? You have the boundaries, you have the clarity, you have the openness, you will talk about it. And the worst, you guys, the two of you will laugh about it. Of course, say or say your relationship into someone no can say no back catch them, and then your partner will say, hey, sir, means to say no catch them, you see, or be confusing or be kikamutia boom. So the two of you, you have to speak, you have to talk, you have to get things clear out of the way. You cannot keep things to yourself and hold things in before you know it. Because sometimes people, the third person, there are different kinds of third parties. Some will come to disrupt your relationship because they want to insert themselves in there. They want to come and take your position. Some, they might be in a relationship, but they're not happy in their relationship, so they do not want to see you happy or be in peace of mind. So thank you, Obapa Nanaraba. I love that. That is like so chai. American no Abba. Dude, yo. I know, right, sis? Communication, very important. Bam, 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 and bam. Hey, kasapa. Kasa ehutie. Any kasade. Sweet talk. Minka kasa wode bɛdaadaa obi adwen na wanya nea wo pɛ na wayi nipa n'asi o. Kasada te sɛ asɛm a wobɛka akyerɛ wo ho kafoɔ, bɛrima a wo ne ne wɔ hɔ anaasɛ ɔbaa a wo ne ne wɔ hɔnom, na kyerɛ sɛ ɛbɛhyɛ ne den, ɛbɛma no anya ahoɔden sononko, ɔbɛyɛ bold enough to make bold decision, taking risk, like that will be more beneficial. N'ani bɛgye ɛwɔ n'akoma mu ne ne tiri mu. Na te sɛ adeɛ bi koraa ɛkyerɛ n'adwene so a obetumi ne watena ase na moadi ho nkɔmmɔ na wama no some other wisdom a wɔde bɛka ne deɛ no ho. Kyerɛ sɛ mupagya mo mmienu mo ho so ahu wei ɛnka wei nhyɛ na wei nso ɛnka wei nhyɛ. We uplift ourselves up together through communication. You have to be more effective. Deɛ nneɛma a wonte aseɛ no wobusa. Deɛ wote aseɛ no nso na ahokafoɔ nso have a problem a ɛno nso no wato bo ase no wakyerɛkyerɛ mu akyerɛ no sɛ ɛbɛyɛ obenya nte aseɛ. Yɛn mmarima no bebree yɛ a wɔn nyɛ no. Ohia a wɔn di no, ɛyɛ wɔn certain condition, wɔn na wɔn create saa ade no ma wɔn ho. Because ɔbarima bi wɔ hɔnom a ɔne ɔbaa nimdeɛfoɔ bi te a, ɔntie ɔbaa n'asɛm, but wɔtie ne namfofoɔ no ma no. Mɛka nso na ebi a ne namfofoɔ no, ebi mu ɛyɛ akɔwensafoɔ, they are addicted to alcohol. We kyerɛ sɛ ɔno no ɔnyɛ n'adwene koraa mpo sɛ mfie du ni ɔbɛware. Wo girlfriend no koraa mpo no, wo ho yɛ ne he. Sɛnea ɔbaa no frɛ wo sweetheart, honey, ɔdɔ yɛ wu, makoma mu tɔfe, dade anoma, kwadwa ntwi adaroma. Enti no koraa wo ho yɛ ne he. Ɔbaa yi baa no ano aduane de asi basket mu, jollof yi a sɔkye, waakye yi a, my goodness, gracious with kakro no na etuetuetuetuemu fufuo ene akokɔ nam ye Awurade enti no ho ya na hi o enya wo ho kora po no wɔdwen sɛ wɔno no enya saa de ne de nka mu mienu nyinaa ɛmmɔ adamfo bi wɔ hɔ nom a obi bɛka sɛ me ne ne bokosua tafre ba ɔno ne tiri mu de ɛnyɛ ɔno ne bokosua tafre enti yɛ namfo fa mu your circle of friends, people we associate ourselves with, no, we have to be very mindful and we have to share little information with them. We cannot share everything with them. Dear no, I will not come out and tell the world, say, oh, me kun mami say, me kun ye. I will not do that no more. Me aseɛ paa na me share nneɛma bebree but say hey eduru baabi na nkurɔfoɔ bi ayɛ wild de wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn gye me kun firi me nsam ɛbaa ne sɛn yɛnoa ne sɛn na ame nti no we can share information a yɛnim so ɛho but ɛnyɛ ne nyinaa ebi wɔ hɔ a na wode atɛ because ɛyɛ wo ne wo ho kafoɔ mo kɔkoa mu asam saa pɛpɛɛpɛ relationship no ɛyɛ sɛ wo ho kafoɔ ɛyɛ wadamfo na wo nso yɛ nadamfo mofa adwen bom communication ne deɛ ho hia o it's not only in relationship wadwumayɛ mu so ahu te sɛ wo namfo fa mu te sɛ wo kasa mu in everything when you learn effective communication it will help you your relationship, your marriage, your work, your interaction with people all over the world. It's helpful. It's going to be one of your strengths, to get far. People tend to want to be around them. Because usua adeɛ firi ɔmo hɔ nom obi wɔ hɔ nom asɛm a ɔbɛka no ne personal experience ne nneɛma a wakɔ mu deɛ wonim deɛ wɔde ayɛ adwuma ne neɛ anyɛ adwuma ma no obetumi aka ne nyinaa nti sɛ wo ne obi di nkɔmmɔ a nya aso na tie no ne nsɛm a ɔbɛka pick out the key words because the key words are the things that are most important to that person. It is why I'm picking on that now, Charlie. Over flunk it. You will flunk. Very much so. The Obapa Nana Bayeda was the teamwork. This woman, just on the Indian and one is a water to say, ta. I love that teamwork. I love how you explain the openness, clarity, and boundaries. For sure, says I kid you not. I mean, like your constructive comments, it helps and it makes things easier for me, to go along. And thank you, and I appreciate that. Teamwork. Oh my gosh, teamwork is one of the coping skills every couple needs to be able to develop in their relationship, into their marriage. When the two of you are on the same page and have better understanding, you have the openness, communication, honesty, trust, loyalty, and having clarity of what to expect in everything that the two of you do, you giving each other space and your independence within the relationship, because you cannot suffocate one another. You need to give each other room to grow, right? Nobody is perfect. That we have to put it out there. Obi obeka cho se ne hu ni asam na ono de onye mistake no boa. I will not even trust to be in a relationship with that person. That would be a lie. They know that they're lying, but they're going to lie anyway. Teamwork makes the dream. Everything that the two of you will do, one cannot be selfish. You have to, when teamwork comes in play. One thing that pops in my head is, having a selfless act, right? The things that you do, like every time that Kay and I have conversation, the things that we will discuss and we make a decision to follow through with it. I want to be a better version of Kay, right? And I'm not in his head, but my hope is for him to be a better version of me, right? To support each other and making sure that we each are happy within our relationship or marriage. I cannot expect Kay to do so much for me and he will not get anything from me. But like, things that I know, if we team up, right? I mean, like they say, two minds are better than one, right? Two heads are better than one. It's the same thing, right? I dream you no yes, I dream back. Yes. And to say, like, we have to pay, be attentive with one another. The things that we'll do together. Sometimes there are some decision making that it doesn't require both of us to, like, make that decision together, as long as it's not hurting the other person, because we have to be very mindful. We're not the same. We cannot handle loss the same way. That's why it's so important for us to be open to one another. We have to talk with one another to know the things that will break us easily and the things that will hold us together. Because, I mean, if K in some areas is weak in there and I'm stronger over there, when we team up, I should be able to, like, hold him in areas that he's weak, and then he can hold me in areas that I'm weak. But a lot of couples, do not practice teamwork because everyone for themselves. That becomes selfish, and being a bit greedy, because some couples will feel that, okay, if I share my ideas or, like, communicate this with my partner, he would take the idea, or he would do it for himself, or she would do it for, like, um you have to be able to trust one another and be honest with one another. If you feel that you doing it on your own will be more beneficial, have a conversation together, because the two of you plan to spend the rest of your life together by God's grace, right? So, like, it's always good to practice teamwork, because it's the two of you in the relationship, right? Don't surpass your partner and go to a third party to, team up with that third party. Then why are you in the relationship? That's not what I call a healthy relationship, because that third party is going to be a major setting condition, a major problem in the long run. Trust me, before you know it, oh, you'll be sleeping and your foot will be somewhere else. All right, moving on. Sometimes we have to drink water, cry, and mind our business. I mean, you're right. I mean, there are some instances and situations you best off not to even discuss it, because you're not going to get anywhere with it. You can talk, 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 talk. Nothing will come out of it. I mean, like, when you have different type of conversation with different individuals with critical thinking, with emotional intelligence and wisdom, you able to pick up a lot of skills, right? So you can identify topics, discussion, information, ideas that is good to talk about it, and which ones to just shut it down and not even bother yourself to waste your energy. Because there are some of us, some men, some women cannot handle certain conversation because they are not deep thinkers. So you have to be very, you have to trend very carefully the person that you with. If they are mature enough to have certain discussion, certain decision making, certain conversation, certain ideas. Because some people, like, earlier I said, like, when you are with someone, when they drink, they have loose mouth. The two of you can have a private discussion, and before you know it, it becomes public discussion. They will just blurt it out and stuff. So if you have a partner who has like a loose mouth when they drink, and they are drinkers, when they enjoy themselves. Some people, they drink every once in a while. Others, it's like that's their daily water. They drink constantly. That is a major issue. So drinking water and minding our business, yes. There are some limitations in relationships also. Like, you have to know your partner, and certain information that you cannot share with them yet. As of, you have to study them first. Hey, Charlie, no be small thing. Yes, yes. Okay. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4 9. Secondly, how can two work together unless they agree in po? That's very true. I mean, like, a lot of times, I think some women and some men put so much stress, strain, and frustration on them because they're choosing to deal with situations and problems on their own. The more you communicate things with your partner, I mean, you have to know the type of partner that you in a relationship with. Because there are some partners, some people get together because they have hidden agendas. They come in for their own personal benefit. They're not thinking about you, your well-being whatsoever. They only in that relationship for themselves. I mean, those are the selfish people. So you have to be careful with the type of partner you would choose to have a healthy relationship with. Some of them don't care. Once they get what they need, they will bounce. And that's when you hear people like saying, "Oh, let me see, like, he wastes my time." Because most women will talk about how a man wasted their time. When I remember before I met Kay, well, after being in two failed relationship, I said to myself, I will not be with a man more than 2 3 years. After 3 years, if nothing is happening, I'm walking away. I wasn't going to like be in that relationship because it's not healthy for you to, like, invest into a relationship that you don't even know where it's gonna go. There needs to be a clear expectation set. Okay, the estimation time within 3 to 5 years we're gonna get married. If he getting close and no conversation had been had on that, I'm sorry, I'm planning to bounce. Mini abema, brother Kwame Omari, Yamo Afishi Apa mu te saying. I hope say yes to Adum, and in Ishira, eh, pa. Afi akɔ abɛto yɛn nyinaa. Nyame ne yɛda no ase sɛ ɔbɛkɔ so ama yɛn ahoɔden na 2025 asan abɛto yɛn. 2024 yi, ɔbɛma yɛni agye wɔ yɛn akoma mu, yɛn tiri mu. Ahoɔden soronko ko ɛno ne yɛhwehwɛ. I travel so a lot, and yɛhwehwɛ ne nyinaa bi. Amen and amen. In Jesus' name. Oh, Lord Jesus. So, like, we do know that some of us, growing up, when you go in the Ghanaian community society, a lot of people have been traumatized in their childhood, and some of them being in a relationship is either they are being verbally abused, emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, all around. Okay, so sometimes you have everybody have a story to tell, but like many times, like some of us tend to like put a blame, give reasons for as to why we are broken. But you cannot continue to be broken. When you get to a point, you need to say to yourself, enough is enough. I need to heal from everything that I have experienced, because a lot of the trauma that we experience and we go through should strengthen us, should make us stronger. So everything that we do, we put our soul into it and we want to do better. We want to elevate ourselves. We want to make sure, say, our enemies will see us one day and bow in front of us. And they will raise their head to look up at us, not looking down at us, right? So it's like every milestone, we need to be able to grow and change. We have to be receptive. Uh, we have to accept things, because you are who you are because of what you've been through. Just take one day at a time. Allow yourself to be fully healed before you move from one relationship to another. My sister, my brothers, do not just jump into the next ship without asking where it's going. Don't wait till it gets to the middle of the ocean. I say this all the time, before you start asking where we going. No, 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 no. At the beginning, when the ship is at the dock, it hasn't moved yet. So you will be able to jump out and break free. Hit the road. Bounce. There are some relationship, before you can even put one foot in it, you need to take off your shoes and run the opposite way. You don't need to. You see the red flag right there. Don't tell yourself, oh, because he had money, so I don't care if he's controlling. Trust me, it will get worse. It will get worse. So do not get into relationship because you don't want your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend to see or know that you're single. If your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, excuse me, is in a relationship, who give the F? Let them be. That's their life. If you need to take time to heal, it don't matter if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years. That's you. Do it at your own pace. Do not let societal norm or like somebody else. Don't do things to satisfy other people, though, because they don't care about you. You have to focus on your mental stability, your emotional stability. Do not get into anything that you're not ready to go into it. Some people don't learn. They're just going to go because they don't want to be lonely. Okay. Obapananaraba says, many don't understand what marriage or relationship is, especially marriages. Says, I tell you, some are in for the sex, for sure. Hey, some for the money, some to show off, prove that they also got married. That's the worst of everything. Some even go in to have kids and then they bounce. You see, like people create problems for themselves. The whole teamwork is lost on them, and some for disillusioned about the whole marriage and relationship and become numb. Hmm. They then become like roommates. A lot of unhealthy relationship out there, oh, says, in some way now kicking. I feel like some of these things you have said, we can use it as a topic next week, Friday. I'm going to pick one and we're gonna talk about it next week, Friday. I mean, you are so on point. I mean, marriages, like every marriages, it starts off with relationship, and even within the marriages we have to maintain a good relationship. But you're so very right, a lot of people, when it comes to marriages, they have no understanding of marriages. They just get in there, you know uh because you're right, some people is all about the physical aspect, just having sex alone will not maintain a marriage. That marriage, when you lose all that physical attraction, it's gone, it's there before you know it. You in that marriage, broken marriage, and somebody else is like, using that tonga, eh? Or your husband is like out there just going from door to door. You cannot go into marriage because of sex, because sex alone cannot maintain that. And then for the ones who goes in for money, sometimes I ask myself, a lot of people wants to have a male partner who already has established themselves and have a lot of money so they don't have to work hard. At some point, God forbid, if something happened and you are left alone and you don't have any means of financial stability, what happens then? Who do you go for help? Because your husband's family have no obligation to be taking care of you. So, like, going into a marriage or relationship because of money, I mean, I just feel that people who are in desperation and too dependent are the ones who focus on that. Because I want to build my own. I need to be able to take care of myself. If my husband cannot do that, I can take care of me. And then before you start having children, you need to make sure that you can take care of your children. In America here, I hear so many things, and I have seen some of our Ghanaian sisters, the way they treat their Ghanaian men, the father of their children, is just freaking ridiculous. It's like, what the heck? Because all some of them know is child support. They're not having the kids because they want to have kids. They having children with their boyfriends and husbands, and then getting divorced or breaking up because of child support. The government is going to take a percentage out of their child's father's check on every weekly or bi-weekly, for the child, and yet they spend those money on their next boyfriend or next partner. They don't even pay attention to their kids. The money, they don't open up an account for their child, for their future education or whatsoever. They more worry about themselves, and it's sickening and ridiculous. I mean, like, why do that? I don't know. And then you have others listening to other women, listening to other women. Listen, our men are not all the same, our women are not all the same, but I just feel that if you going into a relationship to have children and then leave because of child support, that is like really unhealthy. Because my worries are for the kids, like if the children are being taught right, and being fed um as they should, or no, being clothed, um a mother should not be using their child support money to get in makeups, buying clothes, having different style, kabadodo, awemu, see a betwitwa awemu. Like, it's just really ridiculous. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Teamwork, as Obapa and Alaba said, in most Ghanaian marriages, teamwork is not a coping skills that is effective in most Ghanaian marriages or relationship. The woman wants to go build her house at home for her family. If the man builds a house, they want the man to put the children's name on it. How greedy can you be? Hi, baby brother. Thank you so much for the stars. I love you. They want the father to put their children's name on their property, so when he dies, the children can have some property and stuff. So almost most wives expecting their husband to die first. Do you know how many years we each have on earth? And because of the pressure, the frustration, like the craziness, the stress that some women put on their baby's father or their partner, that's what's killing them. But let's also talk, let's also keep it real. Anything excessive can harm you or kill you. Some of our men, it's not the frustration of their wives, is the frustration of themselves chasing more tonga. That can cause them to die. To die earlier. Remember now, almost see under canoe, no, they will chase it. Baby, or the baby question. No. Ade no wudi ni bebree saa wiki wo. Etimi kura boy aliye. Na ntimi nya nke etimi ti se obi wo hɔ no ma yesi wo da oba so na we fama wu. Wakɔ petramo tramadol bi anom. Tramadol nso yɛ nom mfa nom nsa nso obi bɛ nom nsa no wasan atake tramadol because ɔpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ extra miles, right? Anaasɛ yi Viagra for papa mpanyinfoɔ no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛnya stamina no na ɔde move longer. Munsua foreplay no ɛbɛboa mo paa in some ways. Nti no, they say like it's wrong for some women, like when it comes to child support. I mean, I just don't understand. I do recognize that in relationship and marriages, like there are some instances, situations that it can be resolved as long as it's not, the man or the woman abusing their partner, hitting them, beating them, or like financially abuse, because you do have some men who takes advantage of their wives kind-hearted, right? They don't put in a lot of effort, but they depend on their wife, and we have a lot of women who depends on their husbands. And as I said earlier, you have some men living in abroad, they're doing 2-3 work, they don't even hardly get enough rest, right? They're going to break at some point. And at times, you do have some men, they get sick, and when they no longer working, the wife will start complaining. Listen, I don't think any woman in here will disagree with me when I say a man can take care of a woman for the rest of their life, but when it comes to a woman taking care of a man, less than 1 year, that woman is going to start complaining. When you're gonna find a job, you can't be eating like a pig in this house. You don't bring in no money. Like that man will feel so miserable and unhappy. A lot of women will not be able to take care of their male partner over a year or two. There's bound to be some type of argument situation. The men will be even afraid to go eat food, and they will end up soaking gari, because gari, they can go to the African market, get themselves gari and soak it, sometimes without milk and stuff like that. But women, Ghanaian women, are expecting their men to take care of them and also their family. It's a lot of pressure on our men. So it's like, all the men out there who, work their hardest to take care of their women. I salute you guys. God bless you guys, to give you the strength and for you guys to live longer. Because if there is any man in their marital home and their wife is praying for them to die before they do, for them to uh, retain their property, we pray for God to cancel that. Mhm. As a married woman, you should not be fighting over property, because once you die, that property will not be buried with you. Like for me, I don't fight over property. Like my kids, we training our kids, to finish the education, figure out what career path they want to choose, and also come and build themselves up. Of course, we have like life insurance for them. They can use it to make business or further up their education. When they get to legal age, they will make those decisions on themselves. I remember my mother, she had insurance for us. Once we turned adult, she let us know, okay, you want to continue this insurance, you need to take over from here, because she did her part. So you have to, start investing for your children, to just, push them to the right direction. When they become an adult, whatever decision that they make is on them. It's not up to us to, like, um I cannot force my children to do things that I know they unhappy with. Yeah. Because for me, I chose my own career. At some point when I made the decision, this is what I want, your family, your parents may not be happy, but as long as that makes you happy, that makes you happy. If to bonnet that families gives women is also part. Oh, sister, can be. It's very bad. Oh, some mothers are not good role model. Crack, 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 crack. The advice they will give to their daughters, yeah. And I said this couple times, different places. There are some mothers or mother-in-laws that they are jealous of their daughters' good marriage, healthy marriages, because they did not have that type of marriages. So they are jealous of it, envious of it. So sometimes some mothers will give a futubone, bad, poor advices to their own daughters. Some mothers will ruin their daughters or their sons' marriage, because they don't want their daughter-in-law or their son-in-law to have peace of mind. It's crazy. Oh. Let me just finish this. If you get money, keep it. If your husband gets money and property, bring it home. Look at this. Sir, dysfunctional mentality, no. Even when you doing the naming ceremony, right? You have a child, and then they put money in their hands. When you get money, bring it to your mother. When you owe money, you bring it to the dad. Child, let not be small thing. We shouldn't do that. Eh? We have to share responsibilities. Eh? Very unfair. Where is the love and teamwork? Sister, ask again. Oh. We need to start. I mean, like our generation, we are in a perfect place to educate our children, to teach them differently. I want my daughter to be independent, for her to be able to depend on herself and also respect herself and respect her partner when she start dating and when she make the decision to get married. Be supportive to her partner that she would choose. Me, I come from a family, my mom, I learned so much from my mom because my mom was not the type that she relies on my father. My mom, she worked from as far as I remember as a nurse, she provide for us, when it comes to clothing us, food, putting food on the table, my father putting a roof on our head, light bill and mortgages and stuff like that. So I saw my parents as equal partners. They support each other. So, like, I pick up on a lot of that. I cannot just leave my everything on my husband. What if he cannot, retain that? What happens then? Am I going to be arguing with him, fighting with him, cursing him out, making him, calling him names, making him feel so bad? Like, it's not right. It's not right. So, my sister, you're right. Self-to boneno, like that is the worst. So some mothers, they're not good. The teamwork and the love. I mean, with overall, like, all over the world, I just feel like there is more conditioned love than unconditional love. You only have a small percentage of unconditional love. Majority of them is conditioned love. They come into the relationship or go into the relationship for their own personal gain. Yeah, they're not there to build each other up. They're not there to stay forever. No, excuse me, once they get what they want, they bounce, which is bad. And we are supposed to be the helpmate for the men. That is a shame. Yeah, some more. Unless the man is an opportunist or a fool. Hey, if you hope, if you hope, a woman must do her best to help where she can. I'm telling you, sis. Ebi mu wɔ hɔnom de akwata kwata kwata kwata. Kyɛ sɛ wɔba abɛhwe wo koraa, kyɛ sɛ ɔmma ɛyi ne bi koraa nka asanka no ase. Wo kyɛ sɛ wɔyɛ wo sɛ yi no. Ɔbɛnom wo paa, like they will finish you. And once they finish you, almost no man no ya no. They will curse you to the point to Krumpo say you will not even have the strength to perform in bed. Some of our men cannot perform because of the name calling, the labeling, the comparison, the unnecessary comparison, the unnecessary competition. Like what your best friend's husband is doing for her has nothing to do with you and your husband or you and your wife. Stop comparing. Stop also bringing your exes into your relationship. So if your ex is better than the one that you with, why are you with that person? My sister, my brother, I beg, come out and go and be with your ex. I despise individuals who be using their exes to make a point. Charlie, if your ex is that exceptional, why are you with that person? That gives me the type of mentality that you have. You are very immature. You don't have sense. Common sense is not so common, right? For many people, because sometimes people speak like we have pumped air into their butthole, and then once they open their mouth, just rubbish and foolishness just pops out, just like that. That's not a healthy relationship. Do not bring your ex into our conversation, our discussion, our ideas, our bonding time, or my dressing or your dressing. It has nothing to do with it. The problem we having is you or your partners. You have the problem, fix it. Do not expect other people to come and fix you. Oh, useless comparisons. My sister, increase the volume on that for me. Useless comparison, is something that is a turn off for me. Do not, why? Like, sometimes you hear people talk and now you be like, is this woman or is this man for real? So if your ex is so great, why are you with me? Or why are you with her or with him? Eh? Do you even think before you speak? That's why people like TCI will tell you, century models, think twice before you act once. Before you start opening your mouth, think about what you're going to say. Sometimes people open their mouth and the things that will come out, it's like they pull it out of a hole. Eh? And if you can get close to them now, it's like you slap that word right back in their mouth for them to swallow it because they don't make any sense. And when you speak the truth, when you are honest now, people don't want to hear you being honest. So they don't. They think say they know better. But that's one of the problems that a lot of people struggle with it. You have to be able to speak the truth. Be honest with yourself and your partner. Openness. Obapa na Naraba brought that. Clarity. Eh? Speak with one another. When you hear stuff from a third party now, don't be going and starting some foolish, senseless argument or fight. Get some clarity. Obapa na Naraba brought that up. Communicate with each other. Teamwork. Eh? Trust yourself, your partner. Respect yourself, your partner. My gosh, third parties, their job is to come and create confusion, to create problems, to create drama. They want to see you guys not be one. Eh? So if you are serious about your relationship or your marriage, mind your business, mind yourself. Your best friend is your partner. Get that through your thick head. Stop the foolishness. Hanging out, doing this. Every now and then you can go hang out because that's your mean time, right? You can do that. We have some couples, a husband, a wife, someone who is in a serious relationship. The one thing that sometimes, a lot of husbands and wives don't get, they'll go and hang with their friends and they stay out like they single, married by living single, right? Their lifestyle is like, they just go out and do whatsoever, chill, don't even pay anyone any money and come home whenever they feel like it. Like the person sitting home does not worry about them. And when you trying to figure out, okay, you okay? They get upset. If you cannot handle that, stay single. And I also have spoken about some time back, cheating association. If you are a cheating husband or a cheating wife, right? You guys can open up an association so you know each other and the two of you can mingle, right? And leave the faithful ones for the faithful partners to be with. You know what I'm saying? But most men who cheat don't want their female partner to cheat on them. Most women who cheat do not want their male partners to cheat on them. Those are selfish people. They don't deserve to be in a happy relationship. If you can be faithful, God damn it. All right. So let me do promo. and then we'll conclude today. But some of the things that Obapa Nanaraba wrote regarding the people getting into relationship because of sex, having children and bouncing, and because of money and stuff, we're going to figure out which one of them, Obapa Nanaraba, which one you want us to like talk more about next week. Because like for the January part, we're going to be talking a lot about relationship, some of the things that we can learn to implement into our relationships and marriages, to kind of like have be happy about where we at, be receptive to everything that we have accomplished, we have achieved, be show gratitude to ourselves and our partners, being able to compliment one another, having healthy conversation with one another. Like we need to like focus on more of the positive aspect. How do we move forward in so many things that we will want to accomplish? We can learn a lot from each other, because a lot of times, we're just going to move away from the don't. We're going to be talking a lot about the do's, some of the do's that will help us be able to like grow. Because I think so far many of us have become familiar with the don'ts. So that's what we're gonna do. And every time I come on live, through some of the comments, I'm going to generate some topics from it, and we will discuss them. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so let me move on to the promo. I'm trying to share the program. That's why I'm not looking up. Hold on. Let me see. Where's my sister? Crisscross. Tomorrow, by the grace, I'll probably like be at my baby sister's house. When Sofu Samuel Koso and I will come live tomorrow by the grace. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. All right. So we have Sister Aisha Ankara. Sister. Let me back up a little bit. On this platform, we come to learn and also teach, right? We don't disrespect, we do not insult, foolishness, nonsense. There are some words, we use here because we need to, based on the things that we discussed. But to come here and insult someone or disrespect someone or their parents, we don't do that here. If someone shared their opinion and you don't agree with that person, you can either ask questions. If you have some knowledge about what the person said, you can add yours on. And we move forward every Fridays at 5:30 p.m. in US time, Ghana time 10:30 p.m. I come live. I talk about life issues. Abrabo Mu Nsem. No, 10:30 nondu, right? Ghana time. Nondu nifa Ghana time, and 5 no num nifa US time. No, I come live. And then Saturdays, 3:30 p.m. US Eastern time, 8:30 p.m. Ghana time. So for Samuel Koso and I come. That one is done in the Akan language. Marriage lessons. We come and sometimes we talk about general topic, other times is based on just marriage. So just be part of it. Come and let's have a constructive discussion. If you have some knowledge, You put it up here. We include your questions and your contribution, because I just love that when people contribute. It's, I feel like, we having a conversation back and forth. It's not fun to just come and sit here and talk and nobody, like, um interact with you, because it feels like, okay, it's like one-sided. But when you have different aspect, coming through, it makes the discussion and the program, more fun. So we do have some of our sisters and brothers who also, like, does a lot of um a lot of positive and educational things, and also um have their own businesses, and advertisement, that we can also go and support them. We need to support our own kind, right? We can support people from outside, but we need to start supporting each other to raise each other up, because every little thing that we do, it's like it may not mean much to you, but every little counts, and the blessings, it comes little by little. Some blessings you don't feel it, but at some point you're going to notice that you are blessed, because there are some instances you feel like, okay, you shouldn't be able to do X, Y, and Z, but you have been able to. So we have Sister Aisha Ankra. Sister Aisha Ankra does not do program, but she does a lot of volunteer work. She advocate for some parents who, like, do not have a lot of resources or knowledge about government assistant abroad. I'm talking about. Okay. And she share all the knowledge that she have. When you go to Facebook, on her page, Aisha Ankra, she posts a lot of pictures of her son who is autistic. And he does a lot of recreational programs, traveling. And she's just living her life and making sure that her son giving all the best that he can ever have. And in US, like, when it comes, like, the government is does so well with individuals with disability, it's like exceptional. um so Sister Aisha, she's also sell juice plus natural supplement. Like, I have been taking the omega since 2020. I still take it. In fact, today they brought my order for 4 months. They deliver it today. I had a surgery on my right knee, and I used to, like, before I had the surgery, I used to have pain in there. Going up the steps was the problem for me. After the surgery, I started, like, having some pains when I'm kind of like on my feet for too long and stuff like that. But since I've been taking the omega, I have not experienced any pain at all. Like, I don't have any pain in my joint. That omega has helped me a lot, and I'm going to continue to like take it. Omega compared with the berry is like exceptional. That one I would recommend it for individuals who are married, because when you put the two of them together, Charlie, it's crazy. So I will leave that for Sister Aisha to provide you those information. But it's a natural supplement, it's not medication. And then she also sell kitchenware, silvers. Like, if your silver, like, you when you try to cook food, it burn easily. Listen, you need to throw those silverwares away and buy a new one. You can also reach out to Sister Aisha. If your shipment is going to cost more than how much you purchase for it, she will direct you as well. That's the type of person that she is. She has such a kind heart. And then she also sell For the Juice Plus, you can order it wherever you are, all over the world. For the kitchenware, I believe like there is a certain places that you can get based on the shipment amount. And then she also sell Avon products. For the Avon product, you have to base in UK in order for you to be able to purchase that from her, to support her. And then if you live in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, upstate, Virginia, Georgia, other places, when you do come to New York, you can, pass by the Bronx, go to B&B African Caribbean Market, which is located at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York 10456, to get the best African food to support our sister Obapa Belinda Ejare. She has the best African products to support her. And then we have Sister Sage Williams. Go to sageshare.com. You know, um, sageshare.com to support our sister Sage Williams with her authentic merchandises. I have known Sister Sage for over 2 years, over 2 years, and everything that I have bought from her, I have not, I am happy with it. Like, I have washed her t-shirts, many times, multiple times, doing exercise, doing programs, some of the shirt, you guys, some of you have seen me wear it multiple times. The color has not faded, is the same way. The neck has not stretched, it's still hanging on my neck, nicely. It's different, very unique, different designs. You can use it to dress casually, and still look very presentable with jeans, casual pants, skirt, whatsoever. You know, uh, what? Oh, I forgot about that one. Okay, okay. So what? Okay, leave me be. Let me finish my advertisement. Okay, do not start. We in the new year. Okay, leave me be. Walking the talk, bro. How have you been? It's been a while. It's good to see you. We'll come back and replay by, okay. Okay, cut it out. So with the t-shirt, they just get it if you have like an association, or you and your family going to a family picnic and you want to kind of like match up. You can order some of the t-shirt the same color or the same design with different colors, your favorite colors. You can get those, go to the park, go for a walk, go to an event, just matching up. I think it will be really nice. And also dresses is like, 85% of the dresses is one size fit all. And then you have 15% is cut a certain way, so you have to have 32 waistline in order for you to zip up, the dress, because if your waist size is more than 32, you will not be able to zip up the dress, so you stick with the one size fits all. She sells jewelries, beads, scarf, handbags, other accessories. So when you uh go to sageshare.com and you order the things, if you don't see the color of your t-shirt, please order it. There's going to be a comment box. You can let her know which colors that you're looking for. Your email is a must. Your phone number is optional. Once you send the order, she will reach out to you and confirm the order, and she will let you know how long it's going to take for you to get your order. Once she send the order out, she will let you know, she will send you the tracking number and everything. Her customer service is exceptional, fantastical. So let's go to sageshare.com and support Sister Sage Williams. And then we have lunchtime talk with Sister Awomri Kwa. She has slowed down with her live programs, but her pre-recorded programs that she already have on her page, you can go and check it out. They're very educative, and a lot of us can learn so much from them when it comes to relationship, marriages, trending issues, and so many other, nuggets that we will be able to also learn from there. We have Sister Sika Edike. She also does educational programs. She used her personal experiences to also talk about that. Our brother Walking the Talk also does a lot of educational program. He also has shared some of his personal experiences, things that he has learned over in abroad and all over. So go and look for him. His page is Walking the Talk. So he has some programs that he has done that a lot of us can also get some knowledge from. We have Sister Angelina Ba, our 21st nurse century back, but she talk about wellness and mental health, which we need, because we do have some people like, oh my goodness gracious, they will work without taking time for themselves. You have to take care of yourself. You cannot be working without caring for yourself. When you feel sick, then you're going to figure out the importance of self-care. All right, and then we have our sister Nanaraba. She works with the Challenge Enterprise of Ghana as a digital marketing officer. Their website is www.challengebookshop.com. When you go over there, any type of book, any problems that you have in, you will find that on their website. Even if you don't find a particular one, why are you choosing to come here now? Okay, so distractions in Kwan. Whatever you're looking for, you find something related to that. She also advertised the fragrance essence. They have packages that you can get for your loved ones on their birthdays or a special day anniversary. You can go and uh, send her a message on her website. You go to her page, her Facebook page. You should be able to get the contact number and also reach out to her. If you already have her WhatsApp number, you can communicate with her. And their customer service is exceptionally express. It's awesome. Like it's amazing. So reach out to Nanaraba. She will help you with that. Whatever questions, information that you need, she will provide that to you. Baby girl, you okay? What you need? Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. And then you have our autobiographer, Auntie Sister Ya for that bra. Her Facebook page is Auntie Ya's Book Corner. Her YouTube page is Auntie Ya's Book Channel. Go subscribe it and click on the doorbell. The doorbell, right? So whenever she comes live, you'll be able to see. She will resume her every other week, live programs next week, Saturday, tomorrow's week, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow's week she will resume. So tune in. She comes live at 11 a.m. MST time, 1 p.m. EST time with her guest, with her co-host, Obapa Nana, Obapa Ya Boatima Boatin Russell. Auntie Sister Ya also have Auntie Ya's Own It Academy, coaching and book publishing services, and she's like incredible. Obapa Nanaraba did a video for us, regarding um her book publishing and coaching, and also books that she has written. Sister Ya has written 5 books. The first book is inspirational book, Reflection of My Thirsty Soul. The second book, my personal favorite, but I love her books, is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third book is a devotional book, is Reflection of My Weary Soul. The fourth book is it's a #1 bestseller at Amazon. Own It, guideline to taking accountability and responsibility of your own journey. And the fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. You can find all the books at Amazon to purchase it. Once you purchase and read it, give her a healthy review also. And you can also find my book, um, at Amazon, Unveiling My Life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life. And we have our sister Obapa Nanara, but did advertisement for us. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Okay. Okay, you cannot come and disrupt us, okay? Feel like you want to start trouble. Huh.
Have you heard of Yafoda Atobra? She's an Amazon best-selling author and has 5 books to her credit. She's the CEO of the Own It Academy, a book coach. Among the people she has coached is Ajua Odo Mensah Sasu of the Ajua Odo Talk Show, a Facebook live show. She has written a book which goes beyond the memoir titled Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming my life. Ya Boatima Boatin Russell, who has written Echoes of Ya BBR's Chronicles, an overview of self-discovery and building bonds. Why don't you contact Ya Foda Atobra today and get that book going?
Thank you, sis. So go to Amazon, grab your copy to support us. All right. Thank you guys. So going back to maintaining healthy relationships, right? We're gonna conclude when it comes to, you know, some of the things, to maintain good relationship. We already spoke about being honest with with yourself, one another, being loyal, making sure that you don't pick and choose when, to stick with your partner, because even when you have a third person come in, we didn't talk a lot about loyalty today, so I'm going to table that for next week, to include that in the next week topic. We spoke a lot about communication. Obapa Nanaraba brought up teamwork, clarity, openness. We spoke a lot about that. Mutual respect. We spoke about that also. Trusting yourself and your partner. When a third party comes, and tell you things, you don't just take it from there, assume, and go and start unnecessary arguments, or this fight. Just you have to give each other the benefit of the doubt, and talk through whatever problems that you have. uh It's not one person's job to maintain a relationship, because a woman alone cannot maintain a relationship. A man alone cannot maintain a relationship. It has to be teamwork. The both of you needs to put in a lot of effort. Relationship and marriages require teamwork, transparency, being truthful. Don't start lying, because once you start lying, then you always trying to find ways and means to keep up with your lies. And before you know it, you know, the relationship is going to collapse before it even, get to the good part. Once the two of you are able to have better understanding of each other, work on yourself, like self everything, do self everything. uh Pause at some point if you feel that things are not going the way that you want it to be. Please, 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 please pause. Setting clear boundaries. Start it from the beginning of the relationship. Do not wait until you get to the middle of the relationship before you try to set expectation. Whatever you start the relationship with, that's what your partner is expecting. So let's just say you get into a relationship with someone who, excuse me, have addiction to alcohol, addiction to gambling, addiction to drug, addiction, is a womanizer, or like, is abusive, verbally abusive or physically. They will start hitting you in the beginning. Like, you have to set a clear expectation. Either decide to leave or try to work it out. If that's what you feel like you need to do, but make sure you set clear expectation. It will not, if it happens a second time, my friend, take off your shoes and run. There's not going to be a second, third, fourth, fifth chances, because a lot of people, especially if there is uh physical abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, and so many, like we have had some females who are now 6 feet under. They die prematurely because they chose to stay in an abusive relationship. They chose to ignore the red flags. No, do not ignore the red flags. If you see it early, address it. If you address it and it keeps happening, your best bet for you to live a healthier, longer, happy, fruitful life is for you to move on. Yes, I can tell people to, like, leave your partner, but like, if things are not working out, the best possible way is to move on. Got to go, princess. Okay, okay. Hey, Vivi Nash Palace Quintessential. Hey, official, Papa Mutu Senses. What are you talking about? I normally do 2 hours. I have like 3 minutes. Oh, less than 3 minutes. Okay, happy new year, everybody. That's from Sister Say. Thanks, Sister Adwa Odo, for the promo and the educative programs. Have a blessed evening. Thank you. And Amy, you have a blessed evening as well. Afishapo, happy new year to you, dear Adwa Odo Mensa. Happy new year to you as well. Pomu Eti saying, may the Lord be with you and the whole family. Amen and amen. May the Lord be with you and your whole family on your end. Thank you, sis. I'm feeling good, Paul. And that they're like, you haven't checked my dressing out. I'm not standing up, so you guys don't see. Maybe I'll take a picture and then you guys will see me fully. Charlie, I'm looking good though. This workout has been like, it's been a great journey, Hmm. I have my goal is to like take a break in by June. So by June, I'm expecting to look sexy slim, right, Kay? Huh? Why you keep saying "hmm"? What is the "hmm" about? All right, guys. So as I said, for the January, we're going to be talking about a lot of relationships. So, like, we're going to be talking about crossing the line, love, making our love stronger in relationship. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. So, until we meet again, you guys, uh, tune in with Sopher Samuel Okoso tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and then 8:30 p.m. Ghana time with Sopher Samuel Okoso with marriage lessons. So I see you guys. You guys have a good evening, good night. Have a blessed, safe night. And I see you tomorrow by the grace. All right. Love you guys. One love to each and every one of you. Thank you for all the people who contributed. Um, the one, who shared the program, who liked the program. I truly, truly, truly love you guys for that. Bro, thank you for the stars. Okay. So take care of yourself and each other. Bye, guys.